Mr. Flausch, UATP has changed its corporate identity, is interacting more extensively with its members through a new social media platform. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that new look and feel.
Yeah, you may be seeing it. I know you don't. Oh yeah, you see it on the left there. Indeed, the whole idea was that we have been living for several years with a quote today old look and feel. That it was no longer representing what we wish it to be, that is an association which is under evolution and which is kind of rejuvenating itself by extending its wing all over the world and trying to be as close as possible to their members, and but also pushing the case for public transport, which I think has a window of opportunity right now to make our case. So the whole idea was, yes, if you want to be attractive, you could also start with some of your symbols or your signs, and that was the whole idea behind this. But behind this, there is also a new site, the internet website. There is also a new kind of a social media for our members, which is called MyUITP. I think if you go there, you're going to see that we are going through some changes and some trying to be more attractive for our members, delivering more value to our members, and making sure that everything that we organize is a success, and I'm sure it's going to be that case here also. I have the duty, first of all, I want to say some word in German, because I'm learning German. So, liebe Frau Merkel, sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, liebe Kollegen und Freunde, es ist für mich eine große Freude, diese Veranstaltung in die Karlsruher Messe zu eröffnen. Doch, ich kann das hören, meine Deutsch ist nicht so gut, und schlage ich davor, in Englisch weiterzumachen. Next year will be better, or next edition I'll be better. So I've been asked by my team to make some short opening remarks for this 4th edition of IT Trans. And I do, of course, this with pleasure, since I do believe IT is a major contributor to the efficiency and attractiveness of PT, public transport. Many things have been said in this regard. I'm not planning to come back on this whole issue again, though adding security concerns to this edition has been a smart idea, since, as you all know, part of the first client's requirement of PT is to feel secure and safe. But besides that, let me make 3 observations around IT and public transport. Years ago, in the day of the Bologna event, for those who still remember this, the whole sector was kind of thrilling about the contribution IT could make to public transport. It was a lot of enthusiasm, some pioneering spirit, huge expectations were put into information technology, and people indeed were right in those days. IT was somehow a way to modernize public transport and help cleaning the dusty image it had more than any other sector. Then in the year 2000 came the time for implementation and all the problems that went together. And I can tell you I was part of this time. It was difficult. The first smart ticketing schemes were commissioned. Clients start to look at display at the surface stops for knowing when the next bus or train would arrive. And today, most networks have initiated the process that will lead them to offer to their customer both easy ticketing and information. We are now a few years later, and I have the personal and very subjective feeling that despite the push made by the EU and many local politicians, all that fuss about new technology for public transport has to some extent vanished, or at least fade away. Smart ticketing and passenger information is no longer the new El Dorado, and has become business as usual. I even heard some distinguished person say that since the last edition of IT Trans in 2012, there is nothing really new that happened since then. Of course, this rumor is not true. Technology is frequently progressing by jumps, at least viewed by the layman that I am, and maybe we are now all waiting for a new technological breakthrough that will again raise our enthusiasm and be a kind of a romantic step forward, confirming our confidence in the power of science. But if I may, I would urge all stakeholders in our industry to carry on and continue to invest in this brilliant combination of IT and PT. Looking for a new breakthrough through innovation is really key. You might know that our competitor, the automotive industry, is indeed investing billions in IT, both in terms of entertainment and connectivity for the passenger, passengers, but also and massively in automated guidance and steering, making cars safer and easier for everyone. We need to follow that same path and improve every bit and part of our business with intelligence and information technologies, both for our clients and also to improve our efficiency. And this brings it to my second remark. Technology is a tool that can help both to make our PT, public transport, attractive for clients, present and potential, and to enhance our internal productivity. For the last few years, and because we have finally put our customer in the center of our attention, a lot of emphasis has been put on smart ticketing and passenger info. This was an excellent move, and it's certainly not my point to criticize such a move, which I am an advocate for the last 15 years. The IT Transit edition of 2014 is a great example of this. For this 3-day to-come, we shall concentrate many of our debates about those two major issues. But there are plenty of other concerns for our sector for which technology has helped us to become more efficient and will help us in the future to reduce our costs while providing a higher quality service. IT is everywhere in our business. Planning, scheduling, speed control, passengers counting, roster setup, GPS, automation, energy consumption, infotainment. Let me make it clear. Public transport, of course, is a client-centric business, and I'm quite happy with that evolution. But this doesn't mean that we have to forget the technical and industrial part of our business. We are a capital-intensive industry, we are employing a lot of people, and we need to make sure that all those resources are efficiently used so as to remain competitive and sustainable on the long run. I do hope that this part of the business will also keep our attention, and we shall carry on being further developed. The next edition of IT Transit 2016 should reflect this. Finally, I may want to close my speech by focusing on data. Open data is, of course, something which will be debated here, and you know that some significant progress has been made in our community to move forward with this concept. There are still voices showing some reluctance to join the movement. But my talk about data is also on a different level. First, I think operators should do more with the data they collect, and this on the commercial levels especially. As you sure know, paper rate cards have been duplicated on the smart cards, and as our computers, which are in average only used up to 20% of their functionalities, I'm afraid the same applies to data we are collecting. Investing in the intelligence and analysis of those data might be a good option. But there is more with those data. Everybody has been hearing from time to time the concept of smart cities. This concept, initiated in the late 90s, is now making some sort of breakthrough, thanks to some brave cities and mayors, and to the initiative brought forward by the EU Commission. I just want to remind you that PT, public transport, is a major ingredient for building or rebuilding our cities, in places to live, but also into smart and intelligent places. In this respect, the public transport player have a major role to play, helping local authority to build the smart community we are aspiring to. To that extent, the open data issue is also a major contribution to the future of our city. That was the 3 remarks that I wished to make from the beginning. I will give in a minute the floor to the Burgermeisterin of Karlsruhe, Mrs. Mergen, whom we appreciate for several years because of her solid support to the Messe and to this event. But before doing so, may you also allow me to express my sincere thanks to KMK, our partner, and Mrs. Britta Wirtz in particular, and to the various sponsors that you see on the screen there, which the 2 major ones, Trapeze and Init, but also Scheidel & Bachmann, Hüft & Wessel, PTV, Giro, and Atron. I wish you a very good day of work here. Thank you.